Sussexes NYC tour turned into nightmare as they harshly chastised for acting like heads of state. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been criticized for acting like heads of state during their first public joint visit in New York. Royal author Angela Levin hit out at the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in the midst of their post-royal tour of New York. Taking to Twitter, she wrote, Harry and Meghan are setting themselves up to be as important as heads of state and heads of government. They are not. Express.co.uk has contacted a representative of the Sussexes for comment. Meghan and Harry appeared in public together for the first time in months on Thursday, when they started a whirlwind visit of the Big Apple. During their first day in the city, they met New York Governor Kathy Hochul, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio and his family at the One World Trade Center. A few hours later, they headed to Midtown East New York City to meet the U.S. Ambassador at the United Nations, Linda Thomas Greenfield. Opening up on their discussion, the American ambassador wrote on Twitter, "Wonderful meeting with Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Important discussion of COVID, racial justice, and raising mental health awareness." And on the same day, they also took part in a roundtable discussion held in partnership with the World Health Organization, WHO. There, they discussed the issue of vaccine equity with, among others, WHO Assistant Director General, Stuart Simonson, Chelsea Clinton, and Lois Pace, the Director at the Office of Global Affairs, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. The high-profile meetings held by the couple continued also on Friday and Saturday. Prince Harry met João Lourenço, the President of Angola, to discuss issues close to the Duke's heart, including the country's demining efforts and environmental issues. Yesterday, they kicked off their day of events with an important meeting with the UN Deputy Secretary-General, Amina J. Mohammed. The three discussed again COVID vaccine equity, climate action and women and young empowerment. Their visit to New York culminated in their attendance at the Global Citizens Live event in Central Park, during which they highlighted the importance of vaccinating the whole world in order to end the COVID-19 pandemic. While in New York, Meghan and Harry also visited a school in Harlem with New York City Schools Chancellor Maisha Porter to promote early childhood education and literacy. During this visit, they donated to the school 2 garden boxes filled with vegetables and herbs. They also extended further support through their non-profit organization Archie Foundation's partnership with Procter & Gamble, which will see the donation of health and hygiene products for the use of parents in need. Moreover, a washing machine and dryer will also be provided for the school to use for students' uniforms. The Duchess of Sussex also personally donated reading nooks to many locations for the non-profit Graham Windham across New York, to support families' access to books. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's journey to becoming Hollywood royalty, a joining of the couple's worlds in the most perfect way. It seems as though the obsession with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex isn't relaxing, despite reported low approval ratings. The evidence? Well, 29 million people tuned in to watch the royal wedding, and 17 million people tuned in to watch the couple's interview with Oprah Winfrey that aired back on March 7, according to Forbes. It seems that there is still a great deal of interest in these two, and what they will do next. In order to stay commercially relevant, they'll have to produce great content for Netflix and Spotify before their novelty wears off, Politico's Jack Schaefer says. Harry and Meghan's success thus far has largely been dependent on their relationship with the royal family, and their willingness to speak out about their experiences living under the monarchy's rule. Will Harry and Meghan be successful without spilling tea on the royal family? Will they be able to separate themselves enough to become household names without using their royal connection as a crutch?